Hello and welcome back to Scratchwork Farm World. So today's season 1, week 14 on the farm. Let's get into it. So decent bits going on, although silage and hay's a decent far way off. I was talking to Tom, IGN farmer, and we're like, oh, we're not quite sure when it's going to come this year, so we're just getting up kit ready. So we're just sharpening up the blades on the Coon mower, and then we've also got the front mower. So normally the 6820 is out in the contractor's job, but we want, because the case is quite new, we wanted to give that a good run, so that's on the trailer, the cane trailer. And then we've had Aaron, he's made up a front crate to put the electric fencing on for the quad. That's in there. The JCB Mini sat in there. There's going to be a job for this soon. And then Matt's parts up there. And then the spray booth, we're sort of thinking about it a bit more, but we sort of figure that out a bit. And all the tyres around here. Then we've got the ride-on in the lean-to here. And then we sort of, I don't know who's done that, but someone's got a bit annoyed with the ride-on trailer in the way. They're just throwing it in the shear grab, but anyway, it's in there. Then we got the grapple. Then we got the plough in here, and we've also got the Connor muck spreader. And then we got the Kubota parts in here, and we want to get a bale pipe for the Kubota. We don't have one, but we want to get a bale pipe over the telehandler because the one we had broke. And then we want to get one for the Kubota as well because it's sort of the yard tractor to move stuff around. And we've also got the old little Ford in here, it's still going great. It will get used. We bought it for a scraper tractor, but so it's not really going to get much use over the summer, but we still got to do a lot of work to it. And then, yeah, we bought another project tractor. So this is a Ford as well. This one had a front loader, but it was sort of sitting in the brambles, so we might go back and get that, but we're not too sure about that yet. So you can see it's all rusty. Mechanically, it's quite good. It doesn't have any glass in the cab. We will probably want to put glass in there, but you can see it's got front loader controls, and it's all dirty and everything. So we're gonna probably so we're actually gonna send it to our friends to give it a well, it's Rich friends. It's Rich's friend in here, and he's gonna give it a respray and do that. And then we're out with diesel at the moment, so we're waiting for a new delivery to come in. And then the tanker's down there. Then Rich's parts up there. And then this is IGN Farmers Tom's log splitter in here, and what we thought was just a bit of a hydraulic issue because after we'd used it, it was leaking out in the pit a bit. It's turned into quite a major problem. So the way these are built, sometimes they have a pressure gauge that goes up inside the main column, which is off there, and then that's got caught up a bit, and it's got lots of we think it's just wear and vibration because the rubber seals have sort of come off. But anyway, we've got it all apart. It was quite a big job, and we're going to completely redo all the hydraulic pipes while we're at it. And any other problems, all the PTO shafts are off, so they will get new bearings and a respray. Not a respray, a re-grease even. And we got Richard here. He's just giving it a blow off with the leaf blower because it's really quite dusty. Because where IGN had it in front of the clamp, there was a load of old hay, so that's probably why it's so dusty. And then we got the top column there where the ram is and the splitting head there. So this is all getting repaired, and it should be back to him by the end of the week, we hope. And then I got everything in here, and then it's the bit more empty because obviously the mowers are out. Got the telehandler and the hedge cuss and the gator and the turner. And then we've got Ian's part there. Jack, we took the back off of his Land Rover because we wanted to be able to put the mulcher from the digger in it, which you'll see. And then obviously that old machine, that's probably going to sit for a while now because we're so busy. We got such a good deal on this one, we couldn't refuse it. But we've sort of got 3 things on the go now, as in 3 project tractors. So we just want to get going good with it now. And this one we'll probably try and get done first. We're not sure if we'll sell it afterwards. We might keep it. We might, if it's got a front loader, we might take it down the contractor's yard. We're not sure. This one definitely staying for the scraper tractor. And then this one will definitely probably get sold when we finish. We might end up just selling it as it is, but if we can get round to it, we'd like to do it up. And we've got the hay trailer there, and we finally got hold of some more wires, so you can see the bottom strand of wires on the electric fencing, and that's there separating it off that back field. And you can't see them at the moment because they're just behind the hedge, but the cows are out in that field. And then we've got the bonfire here. We were just about to burn it, and then we got a bit of rain, so we're probably going to have that burnt by next time though. And the gate's open there. And then we've got the logs here from having everything done, and that they'll probably sit for the summer. When we can, we'll get round to cutting these up for firewood. We like to try and get them done as soon as possible, but then when we cut them up for firewood, It's like, well, we really want to have a shed to put them in, but we don't. So normally we put them in there, but now we've got more kit. We've got to figure out space and everything. But they'll probably sit there for a while until we get around to cutting them up. If this field's coming on good. And then we've got Jack, he's loading up the JCB 0860. He's got the post banger on at the moment. And then he's got all the attachments, the mulches in the back. And then we put this new fence up along here this week. And Jack's just collecting it because he did the main of the work with it. And then over here we've got Ian, he's with the John Deere 3650 and he's just going out to this field along the headland. There's this bit where we took a load of trees out with the Yanmar and we're just going to sow some wildflower seed in there and get some subsidies for that. And then we got this field coming on good, the power line up there. And then all this coming on well. So moving down a layer, we are definitely going to get on to get this fencing done, but we've been so busy with everything else and we want to build a shed for the ride on as well. But it's about time we get round to doing the shed and everything. So what's happened is, as you can see, the gates are missing. They've been nicked, unfortunately. So it's a bit annoying, but it's happened. And with these, we put the hinges both up, but instead. But with a lot of our gates like this, we do one down, one up, so they can't be pinched. Obviously, we didn't do it on this one, these two, and unfortunately they got nicked, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, here's how it is. We'll get some new ones. Hopefully we can find them. But if not, you can see the hangers are there. But anyway. And then Aaron's he's just mucking about in the field. He's going down here. We've got this new John Deere RS X. It's a Gator on demo from John Deere. We've got a decent bit of John Deere kit, but the main of our kit isn't. But then it's just sort of how we come by kit and different bits we get. Anyway, we've got this on demo for a while. So this will be good, and then he's just going down to the field to a mud hole to have a bit of a muck around with that. Then this field's coming on well. Then we've got Connor up here, who's just going out with the Timberwolf chipper on a chipping contract, and the pigs are watching him and eyeing him up. So they probably think he's got food or something. And we've got the gate across here. And then we've got down here the trailer, the mini digger, even though the blue one we've been using more because it was just closer. And then we've got the NC dumper there, and then we've got Noah's Land Rover, and then he's just greasing up the skid steer. And then he also took out the case with a brand new case. We've hardly had it that long, so we wanted to give it a good run, so we took this out to collect the Yanmar for the last contracting job. It's got the grab on it, it's got all the attachments there, and the ripper, the rooting fork, the saw and all the buckets. And then we're having a bit of a sort out in here. The paddy whacker's on its side because we're replacing some bearings on it. Then we got everything there and the bench and everything. It's looking quite empty at the moment because everyone's out. And Connor took quite a lot of tools for when doing the chipping contract. The roller, we might have a hire lined up for that, but we're not sure yet. And the cement mixer, that won't be going out on hire, but that would just be for our jobs. When we redo in here, we want to put metal posts in instead of these wooden ones, so that they'll probably be concreted in, and we can use it for that. And then down here, this field's coming on well, really good as well. And we've got this gate in here. One last thing that I've got to mention, we've now got a sign Willow Stream Farm, so that's the name of our farm. And now we're also going to get a banner for Willow Stream Contracts, which will be our contract company name. So yeah, let me know what you think of the name as well. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. So the only last thing to say is we don't have a tedder at the moment. So we because obviously we spent out a lot on doing all the concrete and everything on the farm. So we've been talking to IGN. He might be able to do our tedding, but obviously he's busy with ours. So we might get Daff DJD Farming Life to do a bit, but then it might be a bit far for him to come up. Stephen's definitely a no-go because obviously he's over in Ireland unless he wants to send one of his contractors over on the ferry, which I doubt he'll want to do. So if any of you have got one of farming YouTube channels and want to do a sort of collab and have you sort of coming over to TED our stuff, let me know in the comments. Apart from that, thanks for watching and see you again soon.